Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy anything, and this video is purely for education and fun. If you enjoy simple money conversations without the boring textbook vibe, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now, my friend's favorite line is, Bitcoin has no value. It's not gold, it's not shares, it's not producing anything. It's just software. And my honest response is a lot of things we call valuable don't produce anything either. Gold doesn't pay dividends. Art doesn't generate cash flow. Even cash in your wallet doesn't produce anything. Their value comes from scarcity, trust, and the fact that people accept them as a store of value. Bitcoin is basically that idea, but built for the internet. It's scarce, verifiable, portable, and you can move it globally without needing permission from a bank. Here's where the digital gold comparison becomes interesting. Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million coins. That's not a marketing slogan. It's part of the rule book. Around 19.97 million coins are already mined, and the remaining coins will be released more and more slowly until roughly the year 2140. On top of that, Bitcoin has an event called the halving, where the new supply gets cut about every 4 years. It started at 50 coins per block back in 2009, and after the April 2024 halving, it became 3.125 coins per block, with the next halving expected around 2028. If you like the scarcity story with gold, Bitcoin basically has scarcity programmed on autopilot, with everyone able to see the rules in advance. Now let's talk about the okay, but it's just hype argument. If it's only hype, why did so many big, real-world milestones keep stacking up? The price alone is a headline. Bitcoin reached an all-time high above $126,000 in early October 2025. I'm not saying it will do that forever, and I'm definitely not promising $1 million Bitcoin, but it's hard to call something worthless when the world has priced it like that. And it's not just price. One of the biggest credibility moments happened on January 10th, 2024, when the US approved spot Bitcoin ETFs. That one event made Bitcoin easier to access through traditional investing channels, like the same accounts people use for shares. Canada had already launched a physically backed Bitcoin ETF back in February 2021, and Australia now has locally listed Bitcoin ETFs too, which means Bitcoin isn't trapped in crypto-only world anymore. Whether someone likes Bitcoin or not, the infrastructure around it has grown up. Here's another massive positive signal people ignore. The entire crypto market hit around a $4 trillion total value during July 2025. That is bigger than the GDP of many countries. At that size, you can't just wave it away as a small internet trend. And at the same time, you've got governments and regulators not just shouting from the sidelines, but actively building rules. The G20's financial watchdog has even been pushing countries to close gaps and coordinate regulation as the market grows. That's the pattern you normally see when something moves from wild experiment into serious financial category. And politically, the United States is now led by a government that has been publicly more crypto-friendly, with Donald Trump beginning his second term on January 20th, 2025. Then on March 6, 2025, the White House issued an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve and a U.S. digital asset stockpile, using Bitcoin already held by the government. Again, I'm not saying you must love that. I'm saying this is a massive shift from the early days when Bitcoin was treated like a joke. And yes, real-world usage is also expanding in ways that are easy to understand. People use Bitcoin as a cross-border value transfer tool, and second-layer networks like Lightning are designed to make payments faster and cheaper. On the luxury side, big brands have started accepting crypto through payment providers. For example, Ferrari expanded a crypto payment system to its European dealer network in July 2024. In the UAE, there are real estate developers and partners enabling property purchases through crypto payment rails that convert into local currency for settlement, which is basically crypto meeting the real world in a regulated way. You can also book travel with Bitcoin on some platforms. These aren't just theoretical use cases anymore, they're real options in the market. So if someone says Bitcoin has no value, my positive response is look at what's happened in a relatively short time. Scarcity rules built in, A decade-plus track record, all-time highs that forced the world to pay attention. Spot ETFs in major markets that brought it into mainstream investing. Governments holding it and creating official frameworks. Real-world use cases expanding from travel to property to luxury purchases. If after all that someone still says, nope, it's nothing, then my question back is, what exactly would it take for you to take it seriously? A government reserve, a regulated ETF, or major brands accepting it? Because those things have already started happening. If you enjoyed this video and you want more simple, positive explanations about Bitcoin, money, and real-world finance topics, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with that friend who says it's just code, while trusting their entire salary to an app and a password from 2014.